Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Boone here from EWPRO. So getting straight into it, looking at the DXY on the daily, nothing's changed. We've got that WX extended wave Y. We're looking for the X2 and then we're looking for that Z up. More than likely we'll get a bull hidden here. H4, we got that extended wave Z up, like I've mentioned. We got that WXY X2 Z up extended wave. We got that bearish divergence, and now all you can really do is wait for the sell or look for the sell. Wait for a correction. We got a lower low, so we're waiting for a correction. If you get a correction, look for that sell down to that 38.2 on the daily, like I mentioned last week. AU on the daily. So looking at that WXY 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as our complex correction. And then we've got that A, B. And we're in this C down. There's nothing to say that this C wave down isn't over, and it may get back to this 50 fib retracement. On the H4, we got the 5 down. Got that WXY X2, the Z down with the bullish divergence. We do have a possible bear hidden here. But we're looking for that 50 fib retrace, like I've mentioned. And if you're in it, just stay in it till that 50. Hopefully we may even get a break of this top here, taking out that bear hidden, and then we may get a larger correction. If we just take a look on the H1, it's starting to get risky now. You know, you got a nice correction. We're starting to get that bearish divergence. So, you know, it starts to get risky, but you still can scalp the buys. Very careful. You know, you have to be very careful since we're starting to get that bearish divergence. EU on the daily. Looking at that WX extended wave Y, and we're looking for that X2 up to that 38.2, and then possibly the Z down. So you can see what I'm looking here. I'm looking for an A, and then a B wave, and then at least a C up. So we've got the A. There's nothing to say this A wave isn't over yet on the H4. You can see here, I'm looking at a, it didn't turn out, but it's getting choppy in here, but I was looking for a flat in here and then a buy set up to buy. Unfortunately, that didn't play out. We didn't get that little flat in here that looked any good anyway. You really need to wait for this to come down here and then give you a buy setup. If you get that, well then, you know, you can jump into the trade. Other than that, there's not really much you can do because we have a lot of bearish divergence here. So, you know, you really needed to be in one of these, you know, and if you're looking for a longer term buy, you just hold them. EG on the daily. So we're looking at that WX wave Y. We're looking for a correction in here for the X2 and then a Z down. It's a possible Z down. Excuse me. So we're looking for a retracement back to I'll just change the color. So we're looking for a retracement back to this 38.2. It's almost already got there. Yeah, there's a couple of scenarios here. We got a extended wave Z. So just looking for another correction. We have a possible bear hidden here. So more than likely, this is just going to be corrective. And then we'll get another one down breaking that low before we get any significant more upside. I believe that's what's going to happen because we do have that possible bear hidden. We're getting the C up. We got a little flat in here. So we've got a little flat in here for the A, B, C. I'm getting a lot of bearish divergence, so I'd be more inclined to start looking for that sell. You know, you need wherever this ends, you need an impulse down, correction or a flag, and then you can look for the sell to go and break that low. And you on the daily, we don't have any bullish divergence. On the H4, we've taken out the bear hidden, possible bear hidden, I think. No, we still do have a possible bear hidden here and here. So again, this may come down and fall over and break that low. It's not something we look at, the bear hidden here. It's not valid to trade as bear hidden. But if you do get a sell set up, you can look for at least an A, B, C. Even if it doesn't go and break that top low, you still should get an A, B, C in here somewhere. We're waiting for a correction. You really you actually have to wait for a correction now. So looking at USD Japan, we got that WX extended wave Y. We're looking for that X2 and then a Z up. This may be an extended wave, like I've mentioned, like a WXY X2 and then a Z up in the wave Y, and then we get the larger X2 before we get that Z up. So if we have a look on the H4, you can see we got that WXY. We're waiting for that X2 and then the Z up back to this 38.2. Sort of, we're starting to get a lot of bullish divergence. So, you know, start looking for your buys. This is more like a triangle in here, but wait for a buy setup. I'll be waiting for a break. Ideally, this drops from here because this isn't a good start. We want a nice impulse up and a buy setup to trade. This isn't really a buy or a sell at this stage. We've got so much bullish divergence. So I'd be waiting for an impulse and then look for your trade. The Swissy on the daily. So this has had a pretty big drop. We're looking at that ABC. We're getting a very big drop, but more than likely this will go back up with the hidden divergence in play. On the H4, we can see we've got like bullish hidden divergence. So we've got a WXY. We're looking for that X2 and then a possible Z up. It's too late to sell. You've missed the sell. You had these opportunities to sell. Now we've got bullish divergence, so it's not the time to be selling now. We really want to see a bullish setup for the possible bear hidden, or just at least a B, C up before we get like an A, B, C down if it doesn't go up and break the top. USD CAD on the daily. Excuse me. So we're looking at the A, B, C. Is this the end of it and we go and break the low? Well, that's the big question. Sort of had a correction in here. So if you do get any little bearish flag, well, really now we've already got bullish divergence. You would have been trying to get in here, but if you do get a little bearish flag, you can look for the sell to go and break that low. But starting to get risky because you want to get in before the divergence. Now you'll be getting in and there's already bearish divergence there, but we are looking for that Z up. For the buy, you really need like an impulse up, correction or flag, and then look for the buy to go and break that top. I'll be more interested in the buy for the bullish hidden divergence on the H4, trading that Z up. GBP Japan, this is quite choppy. So we're looking at that WXY X2 and we're looking for that Z up. So any any buy setup you get, look for the buy. Unfortunately, it hasn't really been giving us nice buy setups, but we can look at this as a contracting flat and you get an A, at least an A, B, C. So any buy setup in here, and you're sort of getting a little buy setup in here if we go down to the H1. It's not the best buy setup, but you really, yeah, it's very messy. That's the problem. We're getting these deep pullbacks, deep pullback, deep pullback, like deep pullback to this one. But I'd be more inclined to look for a buy. If you get a buy set up, look for that buy. EG on the daily. This is extremely choppy, extremely hard to trade. If I just go over it again, we're looking at that WXY, X2, the Z, very choppy Z down. Or we're looking at an A, all this is a B, and then a C up, which is more than likely, I think. We'll just get a C up here, and then we'll go and break the low again. I don't know what's wrong with my pen, but this wave up here, extremely choppy, extremely hard to trade. There's really nothing. Like, we got this bullish hidden here, you know, so, and this one didn't go and break the top, that top there. So we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in no man's land. It's really, you can't, you just have to stay out of it until you get a setup. There's no setup either way. Looking at gold, if I remove some of this. So we're looking at that WXY. And we were looking for this bear hidden here. I had that bear hidden, but price never went and broke the low. Instead, it gave us 3 down. What's happening with my pen? But we got 3 down in here. Then we got 3 down in here. So we're looking for that A, B, C. So we are looking for upside on this. It's looking for a little flat in there. But we got the bullish divergence. We got an A, B, C. It did go a little bit further than the 100 fib, but that's still okay. We got that bullish divergence now. So we're looking for we got the impulse. We're looking for a correction and then looking to buy the next impulse. So if we have a look on the H1, I was looking for, this still is possible here. I was looking at this. So we want an A, B, C down, and then look for your buy setup. Wait for the corrective structure and then the buy setup before you jump in on. WTI on the daily. So we got that extended wave Z. We got that WXY, X2, Z up. We lost all the bearish divergence. So just looking for like a correction in here. And then more upside. Extremely choppy. We sort of got this large correction in here. So I was looking at this as an A, B, C up in here. For an A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C, then A, B, C. So this can turn very complex, and that's the way it's looking. It's looking extremely complex. In here, you can see I'm looking for another flat in here, like for an A, B, C before you get the A, B, C. So it's very difficult. I mean, if you get a sell set up in here, you can look for that, scalp that C down, and then you'll be looking for your buy setup for the A, B, C. So you're really only scalping this at this stage. Bitcoin. So this is starting to look very promising. Like, I was looking for that A, B, C. Bounced off that 100 fib, but it never went and broke that top, obviously. So now what we have is 3 down. We got 1, 2, 3 down. We've got that bullish divergence. So we're looking for a buy, at least back to the 50 fib, like 50 fib of this move. So in here somewhere. I'll remove that. You can see here on the H4, I'm looking for this, well, we got this WXY. I'm looking for an X2 and then a Z down. We don't have any bullish divergence. So I'm just looking at this as a correction at this stage. You don't want to miss this though. We're getting a nice buy. Well, it's starting to give a nice buy setup. We're getting a nice correction in here. So any bullish setup that you get on the lower time frames, look for it. You know, unfortunately, I was looking at this and I put that trade idea out on TradingView. I was looking at this, we got that nice impulse up and I was just hoping for a nice correction in here and then, give us a buy setup. Instead, it's come fairly deep, so you have to be very careful. This may take a long time. It may just give another one up here for an A, B, C, and then give another, excuse me, lower low. But yeah, every buy setup that you get, look for that buy setup, up to this 100 fib, wherever this low ends here, you'll be able to draw that 100 fib and you'll be looking for that first target, at least that first target at the 100 fib. And it should be a nice trade. It should give us a nice impulse up like this one did. SPX 500. This one's gone a little bit further than I thought it would. So there's 2 scenarios here now. We got an A, B, C down, and we go and break the top, or we get the WXY X2 and then a Z down. We don't have any bullish divergence, so I'm sort of expecting, a correction in here and then another one down. On the H4, we had that. We had that WXY X2, the Z down, and then we had an impulse up, and it went and broke that low in 3 last week. I was mentioning that you had to be careful because this may be a flat in here for an A, B, C, and then we get more downside. It's taken off, and it still may be an expanding flat, but I'm sort of not looking at it as an expanding flat now to go and break that low. This is very impulsive. This is quite impulsive here, or motive, should I say. I don't know what's wrong with my pen, but we got a WXY. You have to wait for that X2 and then look for the Z up. Very difficult to buy up here. I got in around, I think it was around here somewhere. I got in for this move up here. Took half off. Second half got break even, and then I've got another trade in here. So I've got this one up here. I'm still in it. It's actually, excuse me, it's gone further than I thought because I was initially just looking for that 100 fib, and that's where I took the profit, my first profit on it. So I've still got half left, and I'll just keep it now and see where it takes me to. But yeah, you really need to wait for a correction for the WXY X2, and then you can look for the trade that Z up. Other than that, I wouldn't be just jumping in here. Like, I mean, if you get flags, you can, but it starts to get risky. AU 200 on the daily. So this one didn't go down and break the low. Very disappointing. We got an A, B. It was looking like we're getting a nice C wave. Never went down to that 100 pip, didn't break the low. So this may become more complex as well, unless this is a contracting flat. You know, this is a contracting flat. Well, then yeah, it can go and break the top. Very difficult to say if it's a contracting flat or not, but you did get a nice buy set up in here. So you'd be looking for at least 100 fib. I still don't like this. I didn't take this because I think you get an A, B, C, then you get an A, B, C for a running flat in here before you get an A, B, C. Looking at the DAX on the daily. So nothing's changed on this. We've got a WXY. We didn't get the bear hidden. So it's just looking for a correction in here. And then, you know, to give us that an A, B, C. It started to break out. So if you do trade this pair, I hope you're in it. It did take a long time to go, but it's finally given us 3 up. So you're getting that 1, 2, 3. And if you lose the divergence, well, you know, you can stay in it because it may go and break the top on the daily. Looking at the FTSE, we got that WXY, X2, Z up. It gave us all this bearish divergence. Got a nice impulse down, but we got that very deep correction, which has made it very difficult. Like I've mentioned, you know, I'm sort of expecting an A, B, C up in here. Then you get an A, B, C for a running or expanding flat, and then you get more upside. So because this is so choppy in here, you know, so you get that A, B, C. So, you know, you can look for the buy on this one as well. It hadn't been giving very good buy setups. As you can see, it's very deep pullback. You know, really you want another pullback in here and then look for your buy setup. So you get an A, B, C, and then you can look for that A, B, C. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook this week. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.